have to still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be.
It's hard to fathom that two of the most legendary figures in the music industry, Jay-Z and Diddy, are now facing accusations so shocking that they're sending shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. The allegations are nothing short of jaw-dropping, leaving fans and industry insiders stunned. Could these hip-hop moguls, who built empires from the ground up, really have such dark secrets hidden in their past? Let's delve into the explosive new lawsuit and the fallout that's already starting to unfold.
Rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was assaulted.
The accusations date back over 2 decades to September 2000, following the MTV Music Awards. The plaintiff, identified only as Jane Doe, claims she was a minor at the time when a limousine driver who purportedly worked for Sean Diddy Combs, one of the most influential figures in the music industry at the time, lured her to an after-party. According to the lawsuit, the driver allegedly told the young woman that she matched the type of person Combs was looking for and invited her to join the event. What followed, as described by the accuser, was a terrifying ordeal that has haunted her life ever since.
But what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding.
The lawsuit, originally filed in October against Sean Diddy Combs, was amended this past Sunday to include Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter. The accuser claims that both men were involved in a disturbing incident at the after-party, where she alleges she was given a drink that left her disoriented and vulnerable. She describes the party as chaotic, filled with celebrities, illicit substances, and activities that no minor should ever have been exposed to. After feeling dizzy from the drink, she says she wandered into a room to lie down, only to be followed by Combs, Carter, and another unnamed high-profile individual. What allegedly transpired next has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry.
So, civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, we'll see what happens, or if the DA looks in.
According to the lawsuit, the accuser alleges that both men violated her while the unnamed third individual watched. The details are chilling, and the accusations have ignited outrage among fans and critics alike. The plaintiff recounts fleeing the house in a state of terror and confusion, eventually seeking refuge at a nearby gas station where she called her father for help. Her father arrived to pick her up, and the incident was kept a secret, buried until now.
Mr. Diddy, a.k.a. Mr. Love, now.
No, Sean Carter.
Both Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs have vehemently denied the allegations. Jay-Z, in particular, issued a fiery statement calling the claims idiotic and accusing the plaintiff's attorney, Tony Booby, of attempting a shakedown. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one, Carter wrote in his statement, adding, "Whoever would commit such an act against a minor should be locked away, wouldn't you agree?" He went on to suggest that the lawsuit is merely an attempt to extort money from high-profile celebrities. Combs' legal team has also strongly pushed back, calling the lawsuit a shameless publicity stunt orchestrated by Booby, who has been involved in several high-profile lawsuits against Combs in recent months. In their statement, Combs' representatives said, "These false allegations are designed to exploit the fear of reputational damage that comes with being a celebrity. Mr. Combs has full confidence that the truth will prevail." However, the timing of this lawsuit couldn't be worse for Combs, who is already dealing with a range of other legal and criminal issues, including federal charges that have left him incarcerated in a New York detention center.
But this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily, so I guess right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind.
But this isn't just a story about two men. It's a story about an industry long plagued by whispers of exploitation and abuse. As more details come to light, the focus will not only be on the accused but also on the culture that allowed such allegations to persist for so long. While the public waits for answers, one thing is clear: the world is watching. With these allegations now public, the narrative takes a chilling turn as we examine the broader history of violence and controversy that has shadowed both Diddy and Jay-Z throughout their careers. Could this new lawsuit finally expose the secrets they've worked so hard to keep hidden? The story doesn't end with the lawsuit. In fact, it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the controversy surrounding Jay-Z and Diddy Combs. While these two men are celebrated as icons, innovators, and business moguls, their histories are marred by shadowy allegations and incidents that reveal a far darker picture than their polished public personas suggest. As the lawsuit thrusts their names back into the spotlight, attention is growing on the long-standing claims of violence, power plays, and exploitation that have followed them for years. Could these latest accusations finally push the music industry to confront what it has ignored for decades?
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
Let's start with Diddy Combs. His career has been a masterclass in reinvention, from his early days as a scrappy intern at Uptown Records to founding one of the most successful record labels of all time, Bad Boy Entertainment. Combs has always known how to stay ahead of the game, but his rise to the top wasn't without casualties. Over the years, stories have emerged from former colleagues, artists, and even personal acquaintances, painting a picture of an explosive temper and a relentless need for control. This reputation dates back to his college days at Howard University, where signs of the behavior that would come to define much of his career were already evident. One particularly disturbing story from that time involves an alleged public altercation with a former girlfriend. Witnesses say that, enraged by an argument, Combs confronted the young woman outside her dormitory and physically lashed out in full view of other students. Accounts describe him using a belt during the incident, leaving bystanders stunned and terrified. This early instance of alleged violence seemed to set the stage for what would follow as his power and influence grew. Despite this, Combs' charisma and sheer determination propelled him forward, ultimately earning him a position at Uptown Records, where he quickly rose to prominence in the music industry.
Start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it, it's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible?
Even at Uptown Records, trouble seemed to follow Diddy Combs. While he was instrumental in shaping the careers of artists like Mary J. Blige and Jodeci, his ambition and aggressive tactics reportedly created tension with his colleagues. A pivotal moment in his career came in 1993, when he was infamously fired from Uptown following a charity basketball game that ended in tragedy. 9 people lost their lives in a stampede caused by overcrowding. Though Combs wasn't charged with any wrongdoing, the incident left a stain on his reputation. Many within the industry began to whisper about his recklessness and his tendency to prioritize ambition over everything else. After being let go from Uptown, Combs wasted no time. He launched Bad Boy Entertainment, which would go on to dominate the 90s music scene. But while the label was churning out hit after hit, a different story was unfolding behind the scenes. Many of Combs' artists found themselves trapped in contracts that heavily favored the label, with some alleging financial exploitation. Former Bad Boy artist Mark Curry, who spent nearly a decade under the label, detailed in his book how Combs allegedly took the lion's share of profits from his artists' work while leaving them with little to show for their success. Curry described the experience as soul-crushing, claiming that Combs' business tactics were designed to keep his artists financially dependent on him.
That's part of the indictment. That's somewhat like a blackmail. He was blackmailing people to be in the freak-offs. So that's federal. That could be that's a federal charge. He can't blackmail people to say, yo, listen here, you did it once and you're gonna do it again. That ain't gonna make it with the governor, no.
Then there's the infamous East Coast-West Coast feud, which became one of the most dangerous chapters in hip-hop history. While Diddy Combs wasn't directly involved in the violence that erupted between the two coasts, many believe he played a role in escalating the tensions. His rivalry with Death Row Records founder Suge Knight turned into a public spectacle, with the two men taking shots at each other in the media and through their music. The feud ultimately led to the tragic deaths of 2 of hip-hop's greatest talents, Tupac Shakur and the Notorious Big, the latter of whom was signed to Combs' label. To this day, questions persist about Combs' potential involvement in the events leading up to these tragedies, with some alleging he knew more than he ever admitted. But perhaps most troubling are the allegations of physical and emotional abuse that have come from Combs' personal relationships. His long-term partner, Kim Porter, who was the mother of 3 of his children, reportedly endured years of turmoil during their on-again, off-again relationship. Friends and associates of the couple have claimed that their relationship was toxic, with Porter allegedly suffering from Combs' controlling behavior and outbursts. In one shocking story, Combs is said to have attacked another man, Shaker Stewart, with a chair after learning that Stewart had started dating Porter. Though Stewart survived the incident, the violent outburst left many in the industry shaken.
Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior.
Fast forward to recent years, and the accusations against Diddy Combs have only grown more severe. Former employees have come forward with allegations of mistreatment, describing a hostile work environment where fear and intimidation were the norm. One particularly disturbing claim came from his former chef, who alleged that she was often required to serve meals to Combs and his guests while they engaged in inappropriate activities. When the chef tried to distance herself from the situation, she claimed she faced retaliation. Then there's the case of Cassie Ventura, the singer and model who had a long-term relationship with Combs for nearly a decade. When Cassie filed her lawsuit in 2023, accusing Combs of years of emotional and physical torment, it sent shockwaves through the industry. The details she provided painted a harrowing picture of a man who used his power and influence to manipulate and control her. Cassie's claims included violent outbursts, threats, and even financial coercion. While Combs' legal team denied the allegations, the lawsuit sparked a broader conversation about the culture of silence and complicity in the music industry.
Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes,
new.
there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession.
But Combs isn't the only one under scrutiny. Jay-Z, whose inclusion in the recent lawsuit has shocked fans, has also faced numerous controversies over the years. While he is often hailed as a business genius and cultural icon, his past is far from spotless. One of the most notorious incidents occurred in 1999 when Jay-Z was charged with stabbing record producer Lance Rivera. The altercation reportedly stemmed from allegations that Rivera had leaked Jay-Z's album before its official release. Jay-Z eventually pleaded guilty to a lesser charge and avoided jail time, but the incident remains a blemish on his record. Furthermore, Jay-Z has openly acknowledged his troubled past as a hustler before achieving fame. He has frequently discussed his involvement in illegal activities, which he claims helped him develop the business acumen that later contributed to his success. While some admire his ability to turn his life around, others argue that his past actions should be viewed more critically, especially in light of the serious allegations in the current lawsuit.
Occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but that these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, engaging and voluntarily engaging in this conduct and being in those spaces, consuming alcohol and things of that.
Then there's the criticism Jay-Z has faced over his business dealings. While he is undoubtedly one of the most successful artists turned entrepreneurs in history, his rise hasn't been without controversy. Some former collaborators have accused him of prioritizing profit over loyalty, claiming that he abandoned them once they were no longer beneficial to his brand. Even his partnership with the NFL, which he presented as an opportunity to bring meaningful change to the league, was met with backlash. Critics argued that Jay-Z was more focused on securing his own financial interests than advocating for social justice. Both Jay-Z and Combs have crafted public personas as self-made success stories, but the allegations against them suggest a much darker reality. Their stories raise uncomfortable questions about the music industry as a whole. How many other powerful figures have used their influence to silence allegations and protect their reputations, and how many more victims have been too afraid to come forward?
Okay, so basically I was a Playboy bunny, so a Playboy bunny representing New York State. The reason why I need to clarify this is when you're a Playboy bunny, you are part of the corporation, and you are a bunny, and you do have a title, and you wear a uniform, but you don't get a month.
As the lawsuit against Jay-Z and Combs unfolds, it's clear that the stakes have never been higher. These allegations aren't just about two individuals, they represent a much larger issue within the entertainment industry. For years, the industry has thrived on a culture of silence, allowing powerful men to act with impunity while others look the other way. At the very least, this case has sparked a long overdue conversation about accountability and the need for systemic change. As this shocking saga continues to unfold, we can't help but wonder, could these allegations finally bring about a reckoning in the music industry? And what other secrets might be lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be exposed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Jay-Z and Combs will face real consequences, or will their influence protect them once again? Let us know what you think, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more celebrity news and updates. Until next time, stay tuned.